Hey guys, I'm here today with Eric DeGotti at his gym, and we're going to go through a movement assessment. But before we get into it, guys, I want to tell you about my friend, the Hybrid Healer. You see, the Hybrid Healer wants you to get back to the mats faster and stay healthy for longer. Reach out to her for cupping, sports massage, Reiki, intuitive guidance, and acupuncture coming soon. She also has a portable setup that she uses to visit gyms, so make sure you reach out to Hybrid Healer to take care of your team. Os.
So here's what we're going to do, Brad. We would go through a much more detailed movement assessment if you were starting day one as a client. But here's what we're going to do. Every day when my clients come in, we do a quick screen to see if anything changed from the last time. So let's say day one, we did a whole movement screen on you. We took a whole hour assessing you, looking at not just your movement, but also all your performance stuff. Things may have changed since the last time I saw you. You might have, been on the mat and tweaked something, or you might have been driving the bus for 12 hours and all of a sudden you're all jacked up. I need to see what effect that has, because now I put together a program based on the guy I met last time. I need to make sure that program's still the one I want to stick with, and I want to see if there's any big barriers. So we're just going to do a real quick 60-second overview of your movement and just looking at fundamental things that you should be able to do. All right, so if you just go ahead and face me, put your feet together and touch your toes.
All right, so like
feet all the way together, just touch your toes, keeping your legs straight. All right, so that's one. Now all I want you to do is slide one foot back so the toe lines up with your heel.
Okay, toes.
And then just try to reach now, try to touch your back foot.
The back foot.
Yes, sir. Keeping the legs straight. So you're a little bit stuck there. Okay, so we're a little bit limited there. Let's see if the other side's any different. Switch sides.
Cool. Back foot.
Yes, sir. Same thing, a little bit stuck, should be able to get there. So we're just making mental notes as we go through, so we're a little restricted in our toe touch there. Next thing we're going to look at is rotation. Might be better if you just face this way.
Cool.
Feet together again, hands out in front, clasp the bottom three fingers underneath so you kind of make your trigger here. Arms locked straight, and I want you to, keeping your arms straight, rotate as far as you can to the left. All right, and keeping the arms straight. Now your chest is past your hips, you're good there. Let's see the other way. And go here, cool. All right, now what you're going to do is that same staggered stance. So slide your right foot back, and rotate to your left. Good. Now switch your feet and rotate towards me. Cool. All right, so rotation's good. If you as a golfer or a baseball player, we may look more specifically into different types of rotation, but generally rotation is good so far. All right, next thing we want to look at is shoulder mobility. Okay, shoulder mobility, go ahead and you're going to face that way. Feet together again. And you're going to reach your hands behind your back. I want you to try to touch your hands together behind your back. As I told you before, don't use me as an example. That's my weak link. So he's good there. He can touch there. Let's see what the opposite side looks like. So go here. And we're money. That's more than enough mobility for what we need here. And so the next thing we're going to look at is just a quick clearing test where if I had you put your hand on top of your opposite shoulder and lift up. Any pinch, pain, or stretch there?
No.
Good. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, we're all clear there. That's just to check and see, make sure we don't have any type of impingement or anything there in the shoulder. And then we're going to look at one more thing here. We're going to look at your squat. We would do a couple more, but for time purposes, we're just going to do one more. Just turn and face me. Feet together. Hands out in front. Squat as low as you can, keeping your heels down. And then bring your hands down at your sides. Make a fist and just put them on the ground next to your, there we go. And then bring your hands back up and then stand up. Okay. That's going to look for mobility not only in the hip but also the ankle. So we checked that box. So what do we learn from what we just did in the last 60 seconds? We learned that his toe touch is somewhat limited. How is that going to affect his training for today? That means if we were going to do a deadlift, if we were going to do a kettlebell swing or anything that involves hinging your hips, we're going to need to press pause for a minute and do some things to try to clean up that toe touch before we go and do it. Now, after 2 or 3 minutes of doing a couple different exercises, we go back and check it again. If we check it and all of a sudden, boom, you're touching your toes, which is usually pretty easy to fix, then now we can proceed with caution, but we can still do what we're going to do. If after doing those exercises, you're still not there, guess what? Those just came off the list for you today, and we need to adjust those. Now, the other thing that can happen is, let's say you come in and you're just toast, meaning that all your movement is off. And then we also may use, if you have an Oura Ring, a Whoop Band, a Morpheus, any of those things that look at your readiness, and we find that your heart rate variability is way down, and we find that your resting heart rate's way up, and you find that, and now we look at your sleep, and your sleep is off. We jacked up. the routine altogether. We
Yeah.
may need to make today just a recovery and a mobility day. So this is how we dynamically program, because may have the best program in the world for a guy that's not here today.
Yeah.
Because now a different guy's here today. I need to adjust that program to make it work.
Yeah. All right. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Make sure you guys follow Eric. He's got some gold mine stuff and his Instagram and on his website. Thank you for your time, dude.
Appreciate it.
Peace.
Sometimes you will look like you're stiff or immobile in certain areas, but it's a protective mechanism that it's really an instability someplace else, where I'll have people that look like they have a stiff neck, but then you lay them on their back when there's no gravity there, or even better, you lay them on their back and have them hold a kettlebell in their arm, and all of a sudden their head can turn really smooth. So what happened?